I would like to welcome to the stage the one, the only, the divine Miss CHRISTINA RICCI. Come on out!
Hi. There are a lot of you.
There are a lot of us who are so excited to be able to spend some time with you. Thank you so much for making the time.
Hold on.
Oh, I like your shoes.
There you go.
Congratulations on your pregnancy.
Thank you. Like a bug stuck in positions.
It's hard, too, to get around. Cons are so vast, right? And we've all had kind of a year off of doing them, so we really appreciate you making the time.
No problem. I came in on a red eye last night that didn't turn out to be something you could sleep on, so I apologize for being a little less than chipper and
they have your energy covered for you.
Swollen.
I love it. If there's any chance we could get a little more program audio up here, that would be wonderful. Let's go ahead and get right to the very first question, if we could. And I noticed that this gentleman, so we'll bring up the question lights over here. This gentleman was walking with a little bit of a limp, so I want to get to you first, sir, and you can take your mask down if we need, and get right up close to that microphone for everyone in line. The closer the better, so we can hear you.
It's basically two questions. The first involving a scene between Richard Nixon and Elijah Wood, which was actually you and Elijah Wood in the ice storm. The Nixon mask, which you had on, was really smirking on the left, and I could picture you smirking just as much inside it. How did that crazy scene feel, or the movie in general? And then a follow-up question, quick one after that.
Well, I mean, I was 15 at the time, so doing that kind of scene was not really that much fun for me. You know, just the normal kind of not enjoying simulating sex at 15. But, you know.
Understood.
The expression on his face was priceless.
Well, yes, the mask was having fun. But yeah, but it's a great scene. It's a really incredible movie.
And lastly, I think on one of your interviews, you mentioned you would like to play a Russian spy. Did I remember that right?
Yeah, yes, that sounds fun.
I'll just mention I often write little scripts out and involving presidents and scandals, and I had one in mind for you, and I could give you the name of the spy if you'd like.
Call my agent.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's go over here for a question.
Hello.
Hi, come right on up to the microphone so we can hear you.
Okay, hello. Yes, I'm David from Maryland.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Thank
Nice
you
to
for
meet
coming. So I was just wondering, I guess, like, I mean, I'm sorry that things didn't go well with your flight. I mean,
no, I don't need anyone to feel bad for me.
All right, sorry.
It's fine.
But I guess, but sometimes, like, not having a lot of energy can be good if you're trying to play a specific kind of character, like Wednesday Addams, maybe. He's kind of known for being a very low energy character, but people, like, they generally want to be full of energy. So what I'm wondering is, like, how do you get, like, into character? Like, if you're feeling like you really want to put a lot of passion into the role, but you're playing someone like Wednesday Addams. Like, how do you get into character, like, to get it, like just right, like you did?
What was your name?
David?
David, I love how you spun that together. You should be here. That was a fantastic way to take something that just happened and spin it into that question. Let's talk about that character. Thanks.
You know, every character is different, and you know, in terms of Wednesday, you know, I auditioned for it and had sort of a natural proclivity for that type of character. So that kind of worked out, and that was actually easier for me than some of the other stuff I was asked to do at that age. But in terms of other things, you know, you just kind of psych yourself up, I guess. A lot of times anxiety will take care of needing to infuse you with the right amount of passion. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Do people still ask you to make the Wednesday deadpan, like 1,000-yard stare, I hate this and I'm going to burn this place down face?
Not very often. Not in passing.
Because I wanted to, but I won't. So let's go for a question over here.
Hi, thanks again for coming. This is another Wednesday Addams question. What do you think Wednesday's favorite music is?
Oh God, I don't know. Probably, I have no idea. I hadn't thought about that before.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think she's a classicist, to tell you the truth. I think she probably likes classical music.
I think she liked anything you could play, the most melancholy music you could play on the organ. I think that would just be her thing.
Perhaps, yeah. They do seem to like a lot of organ music.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's a great question. What is it about the character? I mean, I still text Wednesday Adam memes to my friends. What is it, the staying power of that particular character, do you think, that's really kept us so just intrigued with her all these years?
I'm not 100% sure. I do think that maybe at the time there wasn't another kid character that was like that. I mean, she was completely original at the time. Because even, you know, the way she is in the TV show is different than the way she is in the movie. And I just think a lot of people it resonated with a lot of people who didn't feel like a perky little kid, you know?
Question over here.
Hi, Christina.
Hi.
I'm Cher, and you're one of my favorite actresses, and one of my favorite artists and actresses is Cher.
Thank
So do you
you.
have any favorite memory with working with her, and do you have a favorite Cher song?
My favorite Cher song is Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves.
Woo!
And I also like if Turn Back Time. It's pretty great. The video is amazing. And I loved working with her. She was amazing. She taught me so much. She treated me like a person instead of like, you know, an adorable child. And she was great. She was a lot of fun. She was fantastic to me. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a great question. Come on up and just feel free, get right up on that mic. Thank you.
I'm short.
So am
sorry,
I.
I'm looking
I can
at the
relate.
wrong side. I was still looking over
Is this
there.
close enough?
Yes, yes. Oh, yes. You're good.
Hi, Christina.
Hi.
My name is Karen. I am not a Karen. I'm originally from Texas, so I'm a Texas girl through and through, but I live in Maryland and love it. A couple of questions. One, the gentleman that was first, he basically covered Ice Storm, because when I saw it, I loved the movie. I felt very uncomfortable in the scenes you were in. My daughter was in modeling for a very short time because it was an accident, but I just, and I know you're close to your mom, at least what I've read, but I know when you said how uncomfortable it was. It's just as a mother and someone that saw, you're just a damn good actress. And
Well, thank you.
at your young age, and then to go into older roles, how was the transformation for you emotionally with some of the topics? I love Zelda.
Thank you.
It was wonderful. And one more question: why did Pan Am not make it?
Well, for me, it was the transition into doing more adult roles and more adult films was actually a relief. You know, I was a kid making movies like Casper who was watching Quentin Tarantino movies. So, you know, some of that was kind of lost on me. I really wanted to do more serious, darker material. So I was thrilled when I was able to, you know, benefit from the sort of like indie film revolution that was going on and actually start doing more adult content. But that's not to say that sometimes things are, you know, as much as you want to be doing big picture and be doing what you're doing, there are moments where you're just like, oh God, kill me now. I don't want to, like, this is, I'm going to leave my body for a little bit. You know, but I think that even as an adult, you experience that anytime you have to do a sex scene.
I think
true.
you're one of
Nobody
the
likes
most versatile
them.
actresses we have. I
Thank
would
you.
like to see, I love indie films, so that's not even an issue for me, but it would be nice to see you in more, the adult.
I mean, I work pretty much all the time, so
Yeah.
I'm out there. Just gotta find it.
I know. Well, when this dumb pandemic goes, we'll be have more access.
I mean, yes, and you know, my show Yellowjackets is coming out in November, so
cool.
people can.
I'm going to have to read the episodes because they'll scare the pants off me, but I love Juliette Lewis, and I love the idea of you guys to get, just because she's just like iconic to me, so I just have this like
They're not that scary.
Okay.
It's scary, but it's not like Haunting of Hill House.
Okay.
Scary.
All right.
Thank you.
You heard it here first. Thanks, Karen. Come on up.
Hi, Christina.
Hi.
I'm Ray from Philadelphia, and I just wanted to say that the Addams Family was such a formative performance of yours, of mine growing up, because it's something I shared very deeply with my father. And I loved the relationship that Wednesday had with Gomez. So I wanted to know if you had any memories you could tell us about working with Raul Julia.
I loved working with Raul. It was really fantastic. I had such an incredible time just learning from him and benefiting from his experience. And he would sing opera constantly, and he was just really lovely to all of us. Yeah, he was incredible.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm getting really like scared and paranoid because of the Delta variant, so I'm going to put this back on. I hope nobody...
Thank you for sharing for a while. Yep. No, absolutely. Yep.
I'm really sorry. I
We
hope
do-
no one minds. I just don't want to be pregnant with COVID.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. We respect that.
Sorry.
Nope. No problems here. Right? I want to piggyback a little bit off of what Ray said. I'm curious about when you landed the role of Wednesday, how much of your own creative direction came into bringing her character to life. And when you said opera, maybe that's Wednesday Addams' favorite music is operatic pieces. But I'm just curious how much of your own influence was there, or was it directed to you? How did that come about?
I didn't have a lot of creative input. There were a couple of things, a couple of ideas I had that I would suggest and stuff. But, I was a kid, very much as a part of something that, big picture I didn't necessarily understand. So I took direction, and I did what I thought I got it. I got the concept and just went from there.
You did get the concept swimmingly. Let's go over here for a question.
Okay. Hey, I'm Austin. I'm from Silver Spring, which
Hi.
oddly enough which actually is, one could say, the city of the actual exorcism that William Peter Blatty based his novel on, but I digress. Actually, it's not about Sleepy Hollow, but I was actually about to ask you something similar about Raul Julia, but I guess since she asked it, what about John Huston's daughter, Angelica, as Morticia? Because I heard rumors that supposedly Cher wanted to play the part of Morticia, but I gotta agree, I think Angelica was just perfectly cast. She was just perfect for Morticia. But and how is she like? I mean, did she ever mention stuff about her father to you, of her father's work or anything like that? And what was she like in comparison to Julia?
Angelica was great. Angelica, again, was someone who, took me under her wing. We used to hang out with her in her trailer. She told me about photo kills. She would talk about her childhood in Ireland. But she didn't talk about her father that much, from what I can remember. She was wonderful to be around, so elegant and just incredible.
Okay.
Thanks, Austin.
Thank you.
Come on up.
Hi, I'm Jennifer from Maryland. I have two questions. One is really easy, is in Casper, I was just curious how you did that scene with the dancing in the ceiling. That was so cool with the special effects, if it's not too much of a reveal. And then the other question was just, I Love You from Mermaids On, and just, did you feel at the time, did you know how iconic Cher was at the time? You were so young. And how has that impacted you in terms of your career, in terms of being with all these big name actors when you were so young?
Well, first of all, the Casper scene was that we were on, what are they called? The things that you wear.
Like the harnesses?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We were in harnesses. Yeah, we were in harnesses. And they lifted us up, and we danced and floated, which was really fun. It was enjoyable. And then I think I benefited a lot from working with some really incredible people when I was younger. It kind of gave me a sense of decorum and behavior on set, and the traditions and rules. and things that like I've always kind of kept with me as I've gone along in my career, and I think have been really helpful, really beneficial.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you find when you're up there in the harness, sometimes I hear actors who are doing their own stunts talk about for the first like 20 minutes it's cool, and then by like the fourth take, hour 4, it's no longer fun at all. Do you have any recollection? How was it for you?
They didn't leave us up there for very
That's
long.
good. Well, you were good. You probably got it done the first time.
I don't remember being up there for long periods of time at all. I think because we're children, too.
Right.
They were afraid of hurting us.
Right.
So we went up and then came right back down. So
That's good.
It's fine.
Excellent. I think it'd be cool just to experience that. Go ahead. Come on up for a question. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. Sorry, hold on.
All right.
Hoist my body around. Apologies. Okay.
All right. I'm Jeff from Virginia.
Hi.
And I would like to know what fond memories do you have from filming the Addams Family movies?
I had such a great time. We shot in Hollywood, which was exciting. I had never shot there before, so I was young and like, oh, we're on a real Hollywood soundstage. And the costumes were incredible, props were incredible, set design. It felt very glamorous. It was just really fun. I mean, they both took, I think each movie was like 6 months to shoot. And it just was really, you felt like you were really on like a Hollywood movie. So that was exciting.
Do you have a favorite one out of the two?
You know, I don't really. Not from like an audience point of view. It's hard to be objective, you know, when you're a part of making them.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, come on up.
Hi, I'm Beth from Virginia. I grew up loving Now and Then, and I was wondering, what was your favorite scene to film from that film?
My favorite scene, I liked any of the bike riding stuff, because I was the best bike rider. And I was really good at keeping the right amount of distance from the process trailer and stuff. So they'd always be like, just follow Christina. Just everybody do what Christina does. And it made me feel really special.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Hi.
Hi, I'm Chloe from Baltimore.
Hi.
And I actually got into theater and being an active participant in theater through performing and directing and all that wonderful jazz through being in the Addams Family musical.
Oh, fun.
And I was wondering, you know, if you've heard it or seen it, what were your thoughts on it?
I have not heard it or seen it.
Ooh.
I'm not. In my defense, I'm not a big musical theater fan. So it's not like I've gone out of my way to avoid it. It's just that you could name a million really big musicals, and I'd be like, I've never seen that.
That's extremely valid. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi there, I'm Colleen from
Hi.
Maryland. I would say you're such an icon of family-friendly horror with like Addams Family and Casper, but I really love all your adult horror performances, and I wanted to ask if you could join any major horror franchise, dormant or active, which would it be?
I think The Walking Dead, because I want to act with Samantha Morton.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. I'm Elena, and a movie of yours that had a really big impact on me as a child was Gold Diggers: Escape from Bear Mountain. It's very, if you know, you know. There's a scene in that movie where your character Beth gets trapped in a cave that's filling with water. How is it to film a scene like that and act scared, but also keep yourself kind of calm and knowing that if something happens, there are people there, but also dealing with an element like that, such as water that's filling up a room?
Yeah, I mean, not in that scene in particular, but in other scenes, they did some really dangerous things with us.
Yeah,
things
they did with that movie.
Yeah, really dangerous things. Like separating me from my welfare worker and my mother and having me actually swing across a gorge.
Yeah. And then there's the tugboat.
Intentionally separating
raining.
me
Yeah.
so that they couldn't stop it, and then them being like, "Go, Christina, go!" And I was like, "Go? The fuck? I have a stunt double." But I did it, and then Anna was like really into doing stunts and being brave, so she was like, "I just did it." And I was like, "Oh fuck." So I did it, but it was horrifying. And my welfare worker / tutor took me out of there that day. So
Once they
actually
reunited you after it.
Yes. They actually did a lot of sketchy things on that movie that were not safe and didn't feel safe. So I actually, I was 13 and I developed an imaginary friend to be with me when I was scared. Yeah, it was really crazy.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry to remind you about that.
No, it's fine. It's interesting. I don't really have strong feelings either way about it, but it was one of those things where you do bring up an interesting thing. I mean, you do come up with lots of coping mechanisms in those situations. And so I had an imaginary person that I would talk to and just be like, everything's cool, right? Yeah, who cares if you die? Nobody cares. You've had a great time. I've had a great time. That's right. A lot of that.
Thank you.
I have to rewatch that movie now.
So good.
But
I'm so sorry it was so sketchy.
No, it's okay.
But
It's fine.
Such a good movie.
It's fine.
The cave scene was the least of the.
That was at the end when they were being really careful because they'd gotten in a lot of trouble.
Because your tutor / welfare worker was no more.
We called SAG.
Good.
That's a great question.
We were 13. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's a great question. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Christina. My name's Rebecca. I'm from Virginia. She kind of asked sort of the same question. So I'll sort of alter it. So Gold Diggers is my favorite movie that you were in. And I know you said you had a lot of bad memories, but I guess were there any really good ones from that movie?
No, I'm not saying they were bad memories. I'm just saying they were reckless with our lives.
Okay, well, do you have a favorite memory from making that movie?
Favorite memory from making that movie. We shot in this small town, and they were this one when I was 13, and for some reason I was with my mother and my tutor, and I just decided I need to go for a walk, and I met these skaters and hung out had a real teenage night. That was kind of fun. Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Thank you. It's the mundane things sometimes that are really the best.
Well, especially you're working in film, you're doing all of these things, and to just be a regular kid or a teen is something that we all take for granted.
I ran away for the night and hung out with in a small town with some skaters, local skaters, and I thought it was just the greatest thing that had ever happened. I think I smoked cigarettes, Real rebellious.
You were 13.
Yeah.
It's funny. It just you think about that sometimes, particularly when you get started as a child in the industry and all the experiences that we all just got to have. I was never cool enough to go hang out with skaters, but that's right. I'm here today doing this, and this is pretty damn cool. Go ahead. Question over here.
Hi, I'm Tony from Philadelphia. Do you have any fun or special moments from filming Yellowjackets you could share with us?
We've had a lot of fun. There's been, Juliet and I have a lot of scenes together. I'm not sure exactly what I'm allowed to talk about and not allowed to talk about because we haven't gone over that stuff yet because we're still filming and we haven't begun to do press for it yet. But my character's kind of crazy and there's some fun stuff. I just don't know exactly what I'm allowed to talk about, so I'm frightened to describe any scenes. Yeah, I am. I'm currently shooting and enjoying it. Yeah, it's been really good.
Thank you.
Please tell me Juliette Lewis is exactly as I want her to be in my mind.
I think so.
Okay, as cool as she is on Instagram,
I think she probably is. I don't know exactly what's in your mind, but probably.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad you could just tell these two would probably have a ton of fun together on the set.
We have been having fun, yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Question over here.
Hi, my name's George. I'm from Prince George County, Maryland, from Bowie. And I wanted to ask you about Speed Racer. And I wanted to ask about how working with the Wachowski sisters, such an intense, kind of stylized, anime-inspired film, what made that experience distinct from other films you'd worked on?
Well, it was very different because it was so effects heavy. I mean, there were times when you'd walk in set and it would just be a giant green room. So it was really different in terms of that. And also there were 3 units going on all the time, and then there was a stunt unit. And I got to, when I met the stunt guys, I was like, the only thing I want to know how to do is pick up a gun mid-cartwheel. And they taught me how to do that, which was exciting. So that was all I wanted. I can still do it.
I mean, maybe not now.
Right this second, but give me a few months. But yeah, it was really, really fun.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
Carl Weathers talked about this a little bit yesterday, this idea of being able to deliver and sell a character through just absolutely believing in who this character is in a green room. How is that for you as an actor?
You forget that you're just in a green room. You know, you forget to be self-conscious and how embarrassing what you're doing would normally be. And also, I was always with other people too. I think maybe when you're by yourself, it's harder.
Hi, question.
How's it going?
Hi.
I'm Jackson from Richmond, and you were recently added to the cast of The Matrix. Can you tell us about that?
Thank you, because I wanted you to ask it, but I was wondering.
I am not allowed to talk about it.
Oh.
I'm
Thank
really
you.
sorry. I'm
Thank you.
not. It comes down from above.
Well, we'll be back around, you and I, at some future con. We'll ask this same question.
Yeah. Someday
when
I will
we
be
can.
able to. After, when's it coming out? December? Yeah.
I actually don't know when it's coming. I'm going to Google that because I'm just super excited about it. For me, that trilogy was very formative. It was just wonderful filmmaking. So I'm super excited to see the direction that it's going. Go ahead, question.
Hi, Christina. Oh, wow, my voice.
It's frightening, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I
Very
know.
frightening. My name is Caitlin. I'm originally from Virginia, but I live in Maryland now. My first exposure to you was when I was really little. I was a huge fan of Casper and the Addams Family, of course. And it's just been crazy to see how Wednesday has become like this cultural icon. She's such an old character. She's been around since like the 60s, I think, 50s or 60s.
Well, if you count the cartoons, it's even earlier.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's just, it's been really crazy to me to see such an old character become such an icon. And it's thanks in most part to your performance. How do you feel about the fact that you were able to sort of turn this character into like a huge icon?
Well, thank you. I mean, I feel like the character is iconic, but she was written that way. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't really take that much credit for it. Mm-hmm. But it's nice that people credit me for it. I love it. Don't ever stop. I don't know. I don't feel like I did that much. I did what was on the page. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was really fun, and I loved it, and I'm proud of it, for sure.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's a great question, Caitlin. I think obviously the material on the page is what sets the foundation, but especially for a child being put into that role, it really could have gone one way or the other. So,
well, but I think they were really careful with casting. So, I mean, they cast it the way they were going to, and, I don't know how much credit I can take.
We're here trying to keep it on you.
I mean, come on. It's good. Keep it up.
Keep it up. Tell me more. Go ahead. Question over here.
Hi there.
Hi.
I'm Sean from Virginia. I wanted to ask you, what was it like working with Tim Burton on Sleepy Hollow?
Super fun. Tim is so much fun to work with. He literally mouths your dialogue along while he watches the monitor. So he just loves every moment of filmmaking. So it was really, really fun to make that movie.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a great question, Sean. I'm such a fan of Tim Burton's body of work. He's probably one of my absolute favorite filmmakers. Go ahead, come right up to the microphone, get your question in.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Zoe. I'm from Virginia.
Hi.
I was also wondering about Sleepy Hollow, if there was any particular favorite memory that you had from working on that, or if there were any blooper type scenes from that movie.
I don't know any bloopers. I know there were a couple times when Johnny and I were running in flames and flaming sticks were being thrown at us, and we had to stop and point out that they had used glue to make the sticks flame. And I was like, but if they stick to us, we will just have fire.
Just catch on fire.
Stuck to us without any chance of getting the fire off of us. And then he was like, "Oh, good point," and we brought that up to some people, and then they aimed the sticks away from us with the flaming glue, which was better for us and the horses we were riding.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So yeah, I remember that. I mean, it was really fun. They built like an entire village out in the countryside, and then had us shoot there at nighttime with like, you know, all lit up and really exciting, and felt very like real. It felt very cinematic, and like we were really members of Hollywood. So that was fun, for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We've talked about this body of work. You know, you have Yellowjackets, you've got the movie we're not allowed to talk about, Matrix 4. You've got, and movies from, you know, when you were a child. How do you evaluate a script these days when it comes to, given, you just mentioned at the top, you're working a lot, which is wonderful. So how do you choose what material you want to tackle next?
I think mostly I just choose things that I haven't, I mean, for me a big thing is doing stuff that I haven't necessarily seen before. You know, I'm not, I like to do different things, and I like to, I don't know, I never want to do something that I feel like has been done a million times. So I think that's a huge thing for me.
Question over here.
Hi, my name is Marina. I live in New York City, but I'm originally from the Dominican Republic. And my question is, out of all the characters you've played, say Wednesday, Katrina and Sleepy Hollow, and Penelope, who is your favorite, and who can you relate to the most?
Wow, I don't know that I have a favorite, because, you know, all of these characters have taken place over the course of like 30 years. So I've been a different person at different stages of my life, relating differently to different parts. You know, one of my favorite movies that I was ever in was Buffalo 66. And I really loved that character, probably more aesthetically than anything else. But I don't really have a favorite, because that's, again, it requires, I think, an objectivity that I just can't have.
Top 3, maybe?
Top 3. Let's see. Well, I mean, I really, like I said, I liked Layla from Buffalo 66. I enjoyed Dee Dee from The Opposite of Sex. She was really fun, and I think as a teenager, I was probably a lot like that. I can't think of a third. I guess, I don't know. I mean, I like Wednesday a lot, but I feel like, how do you avoid that?
Yeah.
Right.
That one's like the given. Thank you. It was Marina, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Marina.
Thank you.
Hi, come on up, get your question.
Hey there. Hi, Christina. Travis
how are
from
ya?
Virginia. Just wanted to ask, so Addams Family 2 is my favorite Thanksgiving movie. We watch it every year around Thanksgiving in our household, and I was just wondering if you had a favorite Thanksgiving movie.
There's this movie called Home for the Holidays that I really enjoy,
Sure,
and that's
yeah.
a Thanksgiving movie.
Okay.
I really like that one. I like Christmas movies an awful lot.
What's your
so-
favorite Christmas movie?
I mean, I was just thinking about, I love Christmas so much that I was just thinking about this in the car.
Okay.
I was like, is it Die Hard or is it
And that answers the question. It is a Christmas movie.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. I like a lot of different ones, but yeah, I like The Ref. The Ref is a great Christmas movie. Die Hard, Polar Express for like classic Christmas feels.
Put in my vote for Gremlins.
You know, I like Gremlins, but I don't like it that much.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's like a little too gross out
Sure.
for me. My son enjoys the gross out aspect of it.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, it is a great movie. It's true.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Question over here.
Hi there. My name is Chantel. Congratulations on your pregnancy. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 2 toddlers, and it's like my dream job. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And so I know you work with so many actors and actresses, but do you have like a favorite favorite co-star that you've been with in a movie, or someone that you really mixed up with and were creative with? Or?
Well, I got to work with Christopher Walken a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And that was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
He's everything you think he would be. So.
I have a picture in my mind. It's going to be that one.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi there. Nice to see you.
Hi. I'm Miriam. I'm from here, the DMV. Hey, how you doing?
Hi. You work at the DMV?
I live here, work here, everything.
Okay.
I wanted to know two things. One, what was it like working with Winona Ryder? And two, is there ever been an audition that you've been on, won the part, but had to turn it down?
Yes. I mean, I've gotten roles, but then scheduling, it didn't work out. So that happens kind of, unfortunately, heartbreakingly a lot. Or did when I was younger.
Any you can remember? Or that one that you
Well,
shared?
it's not really so nice to say that, because then the person who played it knows they were second.
Okay.
So I
understand.
I've always felt like
That's
it's
very
not
smart.
okay to, even like when people are like, are there any parts you turned down that you wish you hadn't? And I was like, how would I feel if someone was like, yeah, I could have played that part, but I turned it down. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it feels not nice to me. But I understand the curiosity completely. And Winona Ryder was great. We had so much fun. I mean, I was 9 and she was 17, so she was like an older sister to me. And she was really fun. I thought she was great. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Look at this lovely cosplay up here.
so
Hi, how are you? You look
Hi.
amazing.
Hi. So my name is Teresa, and this is KK.
Hi.
Hi.
Obviously, Wednesday is very close to us. I introduced her to the movies, obviously starting with the second one because Debbie is the best. So I'm going to ask her a question because she's really nervous.
Okay.
She wanted to know, as a kid, what was more fun to film, Addams Family or Casper?
Addams Family was way more fun to film. Yeah.
And
yes.
She's like, yes. And then my own question. I make costumes. I made my dress.
It's really
gorgeous.
Thank you. So obviously, Sleepy Hollow is one of my favorite movies for costumes. And just how was it being in all of that frou-frou?
It was really fun. I love a period piece. I love wearing a corset. So yeah, I really enjoyed that quite a bit. It was great.
Did you keep any of them?
No, you're not allowed to keep that shit. They're like, we spent so much money making these custom things. We are holding on to them, and they're going to museums. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's amazing to see the talent that people who can make their own costumes, their own cosplay bring to the table when you're walking through the halls. And I imagine for you, maybe in the era of masks and sunglasses, it's easier for you to walk around sort of anonymously and see, but it is just pure talent out there on the floor of these
No, it's amazing.
Comic-Cons.
I've always been so impressed.
Yeah, and you see them when they come through the line as well,
Yeah.
but that's a gorgeous dress. Let's go ahead and get a question in over here.
How's it going? My name's Joshua from Massachusetts originally.
Hi.
I just want to know what it was like working with Samuel L. Jackson on Black Snake Moan. How was he towards you?
He was great. He's really fun. I had a great time working with him. He's a fantastic actor, like so supportive and a great scene partner, and also hilarious. So, you know.
Thank you.
Thank you. Question over here.
Hi, I'm Sophia. I'm from Maryland, and I had a question about Penelope because I grew up watching that movie, and the bedroom set was always like, for some reason, my dream room. And I want to ask you, like, what was your favorite part of like the set? And it could be like any part of the set from Penelope.
The sets were really beautiful. The bedroom was pretty spectacular. I loved all the terrariums that she had. Those were my favorite things, for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have you ever been able to either sneak or keep something from a set that you have at home in an office or something like that that you're willing to talk about?
I stole ashtrays off of the Pan Am set, and that was it. I've always been really well behaved, except for on that job. But for the most part, I've never stolen anything. I've been too afraid of people knowing that I steal.
I think you said you had great influences when you were younger to teach you decorum on the set, and probably stealing props was not
Well, yeah, and what if they call you and they're like, we know she took this thing? It'd be so embarrassing.
It's just, I wish, we've got Billy Boyd coming up next, and they've talked about how they sort of divvied up some of the gorgeous costumes and set pieces off to the actors in those movies. And so I'm always fascinated by what folks do get to take, and I wish more movie houses realized the actor contribution and let you keep mementos so that your office is like this amazing space,
Yeah, that would be great. I didn't get anything.
Yeah.
Not even a Addams Family pinball machine.
No.
I know.
We're going to kickstart that and have it shipped to your house. Come on up and get your question in.
Hi, my name's Melanie, and I'm originally from DC. One of my favorite projects of yours was the sadly short-lived Lizzie Borden Chronicles. And I was wondering if you could talk. Yeah, it's good. If you could talk a little bit about what your process is like for playing someone like Lizzie Borden, who was a real person, but she's kind of become like an urban legend over time.
Yeah, I think for her, I mean, the whole idea was that she was a real person, but it's at this point been taken to such an extreme that it's camp. So I played her in a very camp way. And so that's a matter of sort of, it has to be grounded, obviously, in something real, but then heightened. And I think I think camp is basically infusing things with humor and fun. So that's really what I did. Like take the sort of, because it was supposed to be like really dark and disturbing, but then you want it to be like kind of fun. So taking the dark and disturbing stuff and making it gleeful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have a guilty pleasure show or a show that you think is underrated that you love watching and you wish more people watched?
I mean,
Do you have time?
Yeah. I mean, I watch stuff that's very mainstream and lots of people watch. So there's nothing that like I wish was more successful. And I watch lots of ridiculous, cheesy stuff. So
give me one, just one.
Well, I mean, I watched The Real Housewives.
Yes. I love knowing that about you. That's amazing. Go ahead, get your question in.
Hi, my name's Karen. I'm from Virginia.
Hi.
Hi. I love the movie Casper, and I was wondering what it's like to make a live-action movie where you're talking to animated characters. Like, you can't actually see them. They're not there, right?
Yeah, no, they're not there. I spent a lot of time talking to nothing. They would do a rehearsal where they had like a tennis ball on the end of a stick, and they'd move it around for blocking, like where he was going to be and stuff at different moments. And then I just did it, and they'd roll without the stick there. And I would just do it. And sometimes it was embarrassing. I mean, I was 13, so you're a little bit more self-conscious at that age. But, you get past that pretty quickly. It's your job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, I'm Megan from Virginia.
Hi.
Big fan of Addams Family and Casper. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about your guest starring role on Grey's Anatomy and dealing with those episodes revolving around the bomb situation. How was it, just with those extreme situations that Grey's deals with, how was it filming that? Like, I can't imagine dealing with that situation.
It was fun. I mean, I think on that set, the biggest thing was there's a lot of technical jargon that you have to spit out really fast. And I was sort of like, wow, this is, sometimes you don't really understand how difficult something's going to be until you're right there in it. And then I was like, oh, wow, this is stressful. But I really enjoyed it. I always liked doing something different, and that for me was very different at the time. And I loved the cast I got to work with. So it was really fun and intense, and the scenes were super dramatic, and it was good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you prefer TV or film?
It depends. There are aspects of television that are difficult. Like if you're hired as an actor, you basically have absolutely no say over anything besides, and even your own performance can be overruled, and you don't have any creative input really for the show in general, in a way that feels very old-fashioned, to tell you the truth. I think since independent films sort of rise in popularity in the late 90s, that really bled over into mainstream filmmaking, where like even on most movies, like you have input and some creative input over the writing, but with television, you absolutely do not. And they can make you say every and, if, but, whatever is on the page. And a lot of times, too, what you sign on for, because you only read the pilot, and then somebody tells you what the rest is going to be. And that can change. They can just be like, well, that we decided didn't work, so now you're doing this other thing, and it might not be something you ever wanted to do. So television, I think, is great, but I like to be an EP on the jobs that I do. And I, you know, after doing Pan Am, I made a concerted effort to be an EP on most of my television work.
That's a great answer. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Christina.
Hi.
I'm Desiree from Virginia. And I kind of feel like I grew up with you. So like as I was a teenager or a kid, I was like, okay, Christina Ricci's doing this, I'm okay. Until Lizzie Borden, then, you know, I had to call it quits. But I'm raising a teenage daughter now, and I was wondering if we could talk about Penelope and about that message of being yourself and being true to who you are, especially in like a modern kind of scenario where we're separated from people, our teenagers live online, and so finding out who they are and how they can trust in that and have confidence in that and really become that.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge and a huge issue to tackle. And I can't imagine having a teenager right now especially with the influence of social media and everything. I mean, because even you look at what it does to fully grown adults, it's like, it's pretty crazy. I don't know. I mean, you know, I can only speak to like what I plan on doing with my kids, which is basically to teach them to try somehow to instill in them that, you know, the only thing that really separates you is your individuality. The only thing that is special is the special thing that only you can do, and the special thing that only you are. Because there's this incredible drive now for everybody to be the same, which is really amazing. I guess it must be like a basic human social need for everybody to like identify with each other and be alike. But it's weird, I think. And for people who aren't naturally like everybody else, it's probably really, I mean, it is really alienating. I'm not like everyone else, and I feel weird about it. But I always tell, like, you know, I don't know, I try to tell my son, like, you want to be famous for what you do, not who you are. You know, and that comes down to, I think, what you look like and how you dress and all, you know what I mean? Like, and it's so important to be different and so important to offer the world something that it doesn't already have. But other than that, I don't know. I'm just still trying to figure it out myself.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi there.
Hi, I'm Amanda from Delaware.
Hi.
At first, I just wanted to say that you know, after listening to you at the beginning, I just wanted you to know you should have, you know, give yourself more credit for the way you did Wednesday. You know, because it's not. I know you said you were, you know, reading the script and things like that, but I believe, you know, that your delivery and everything that you know, did as an actress in that movie, nobody else could have played her.
Oh, well, thank you.
And I just wanted you to say it. I just wanted to say that.
Thank you. That's very sweet. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi there.
Hi, my name's Lorena, and I'm from Virginia. Welcome.
Thank you.
So I know that you've done a lot of executive producing, and you said you always want to executive produce your own television. But are you working more on a production company or producing more of your own independent film work?
I am. Right now, most of the stuff that I'm developing is actually for TV, like minis and stuff like that. I do have some independent film things that are very early stages.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It is so interesting you say, you know, sort of miniseries, how the Showtimes and the Netflix and Amazons of the world have changed the way we consume episodic shows, right? It's not like the 7-season run anymore, it's 7 episodes. And they're going to be amazing, but it's just a different, I don't know, I find it fascinating. Hi, come on up, get your question answered. Uh-oh, we need a mic reset.
That's all right. I'm a little taller than the average micro. Your career can be characterized, I think, as being extraordinarily diverse. I think that's one of the hallmarks of your work. And my question is, as you alluded to a little bit, recorded media is not really an actor's medium. It is the director and the editors and everybody who get the final say. Have you ever done a film or a production that you were in that you saw that really surprised you and it wasn't sort of the way you had envisioned it might turn out?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. That has happened to me. Absolutely.
Well, I think that's one of the things that you've managed to do very well is you've seen that side of it, and you're now executive producing, and you're trying to create and control your own product too. And I think that's also a very smart choice.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only thing you can do. You can only complain so much, but if you don't learn from something and figure out how to defend yourself against it, then you're kind of, you either change or just keep moaning. And I don't know, I couldn't stand it when it happened to me, so,
Thank you. Is that rain or is it the AC?
Yeah, what is that sound?
It's rain.
Oh, okay.
I walked in this morning and it was sunshine, so it hadn't, I was like...
Isn't that, it's Tropical Storm Henri, isn't it?
That's exactly, and I can hear it getting louder and louder, and I'm looking around for all your faces going, are we good? Okay, we're good.
Yeah, I know, I was like, what is that? Is this in my head?
No.
For a second I thought I was having some sort of episode.
Thank you. Okay, we all just shared a moment, because thank you for letting us know it was rain. Go ahead. We've got just about 3 more minutes, but stay in line. We're gonna get to as many questions as we can. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Christine from Virginia. I have a 2-part question.
Can you meld it into one so we can get to as many as we can?
I can try.
Okay.
What was it like working with Christian Dior? And do you collaborate with him?
My friend Kim Jones designs for Dior Men. That's the menswear side of Dior, and so that's why he invites me to the shows all the time, and that's why I get to wear Dior Men's. But I don't have that much to do with the women's wear side, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm going over. I apologize. Thank you. Go ahead. I just want to get to everyone who waited in line for so long. Go ahead.
Now I'm shorter than the average.
That's right. Just speak loudly. Speak loudly. Let's do this.
Hi, I'm Angela Hurd from Detroit, Michigan, new to Virginia. And I want to get really girly girl right now and just be like, I'm so excited for you and your pregnancy. I want to know all about it right now, your experience for it, if you're willing to talk about it, how you feeling, do you need some saltines? I have some.
I feel good. I have really terrible acid reflux right now.
I have some Tums too.
My ankles are the size of my neck. But other than that, I've been pretty good. I'm still, doing lots of stuff. I run every day.
That's awesome.
Last time I had a very different pregnancy. I gained about 100 pounds because it was the polar vortex, and I just stayed inside and ate. Also, I was like a 34-year-old actress who hadn't seen a carb in 5 years. So, I got really excited. I got a little too excited.
I will eat all the things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything. I'll eat it all.
Thank you for your question.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all right. I see. So we're going to cap it after the person with the hammers on their shirts, but I'm going to try to get through these rapid fire. Go ahead, sir. You next.
Hi, Christina. I'm Jorge from Lima, Peru. Just before I ask this, can I ask questions about your role in Monster?
Sure, yeah, please do.
So I came out to my parents about 3 days ago, and I just
How'd that go?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I hope it went well.
I just wanted to know, Christina, how do you feel being a role model for the LGBTQ plus community?
I mean, I feel great about that. If I can in some way be that, then I am thrilled and honored and flattered, and I mean, most of my friends are gay, so it's great for me.
Thank you.
Congratulations on living your truth. We're going to cap it after the woman in the tie-dye shirt, so let's go ahead and go over here with you, sir.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Christina. My name is Joseph. I'm from Virginia. And I wanted to ask if there's a favorite soundtrack from any show or movie you were in.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, I think the Now and Then one's pretty good.
Oh, thank you, Christina.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Genevieve. Just want to say Now and Then was one of my favorite movies of all time. Shout out to your character's kiss with Devon Sawa, life-changing. I'm wondering, as an actress of obviously so many beloved movies and shows from the 90s, how you feel about seeing so many projects sort of being rebooted. We're like in this state of rebooting nostalgia projects, and
Yeah, we
I
are.
feel like that can be something that's super divisive for audiences and fans, but I'm wondering how you feel as an actress seeing that sort of happen.
I mean, I feel like it's inevitable. I mean, that stuff happens to every generation's favorite things. It is interesting though, and it's interesting to come across people who have no idea about the originals. So it's like, oh, so you don't know about? Oh, interesting. So, I mean, it can feel very alienating, strangely.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Allie from Virginia. And a lot of us here are here because we're big nerds, we're big geeks, we have fandoms that we love. Is there anything in your personal life that you feel you geek out over, or it's a fandom that you enjoy?
I like fantasy. I was a big fantasy book reader when I was a child, like all the David Eddings stuff, which I don't feel like I feel like it's kind of specific, so whatever. And I'm a big Stephen King fan, but I feel like everybody else is too. And I like true crime a lot. But other than that, I'm not sure if I have anything else. But I feel like the fantasy thing is pretty geeky. Yeah.
That counts.
Thanks.
Thank you. And you're our final question.
Okay. So, hi, Christina. My name is Rick. I'm from Virginia. I enjoy Buffalo 66 in a large part due to your performance because there's so much vulnerability there in a movie that's really dark and very awkward. And then, you got to work with Angelica Huston again. What was it like working with her in such a different kind of dynamic?
It was really fun. It was fun to work with her again once I was 17, but it felt like I was an adult. So I'm going to say it was fun to work with her once I was an adult. Having had worked with her when I was a child, like we went out and had adult times. So, it was fun. It was nice. And we were playing such different parts, which again is always fun to do with people that you've played such specific parts with. So it was great.
I'm going to take a COVID-safe selfie with you.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Smile, 1, 2, 3. Hey, let's give it up, everyone, for Christina
Thank
Ricci.
you so much. See if I can get up.
Hi, this is Michael Shanks, and you're watching Fandom Spotlight. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. The fate of the universe may depend on it. And have fun and follow your fandom.